Hey, what is going up, guys? Token back here with another episode of our VGC Battle Spot Laddering series as we use the teams given to by you, the viewer, and try to do our best here on the Battle Spot ladder. Today we still are using ElegyVGC's team that he managed to get to 32 on the Battle Spot ladder. If you didn't see us build that team, do go back and check out our showdown live building this really fun team. And go back and watch our last episode as we got some battles that came down to the wire, and I do realize that I was yelling out, please don't be sash on a Garchomp that had already revealed that it had a Z move, which means it was holding its Z crystal. So that is my bad. I'm sorry for that. However, I still am adjusting to the fact that you need a Z crystal to use one specific move. You need a held item to use one specific move. In the past generation, we noticed that Megas needed an item to go into an entirely different form, which was easy to understand. It was very easy to understand. It's a completely different Pokemon. It obviously has an item. That's still an adjustment period for me, with these Pokemon just using a move that requires them to have a held item for them to use that move. So, sorry about that. Anyways, let's move right on, and hop right into that ladder today, as I hope we have some really good battles today. We are 1619, so we're still in those 1600s. We'll go Team Skull Boss, and we're not doing too bad, not shabby at all. See if we can maybe get a little bit higher. We've been low 1600s, or at least low 1600s, high 1500s for a while now. As you are going to get Drake from Indiana, 1591. But yeah, we've been stuck in this little area. It's like our purgatory right now. So hopefully we can get right out of there. My opponent is going to have a very scary team of Garchomp, Alolan Marowak, Smeargle, Comfey, Tapu Koko, and Lapras. So I do really like Machamp as a lead, as long as the Comfey isn't led. I do think we have a really good matchup against almost everything. Then I do like Celesteela, Gastrodon in the back, and it's either Tapu Koko or Nihilega. I like Nihilega, has very good coverage for most of the things on my opponent's team. So we'll hop right into this one. Do think my opponent may just be running that Spore Smeargle, so that's going to actually be something really annoying to play around. We'll see how that goes. As they don't lead Smeargle, which is music to my ears, not seeing a Smeargle. So my opponent is going to lead Garchomp and Lapras. I would go for the Dynamic Punch, but there is the chance that my opponent will switch out into that Alolan Marowak in the back in that slot, predicting the Dynamic Punch. So I am just going to go for Stone Edge on that slot and go for Elite Seed. I don't think anything Garchomp has can 2-hit KO either of us, unless he is running Fire Blast, which won't take us out, and it will be a huge surprise to me. So we'll see. We will see. Alright, let's see that Alolan Marowak. Tapu Koko. It's not going to like this Stone Edge at all. We are no guard, so there isn't any chance of us missing this Stone Edge. It will connect with the Tapu Koko. Oh wow, opponent got me there. You got me there, good play. We're not going to be able to Elite Seed a sub, it will fail. But we are going to get this very powerful Stone Edge off on the Tapu Koko. Takes it relatively well. We'll go for a Poison Jab and a Heavy Slam. I do think my opponent might just try to double target them on Champ. That's why I'm willing to go for the Heavy Slam. If not, we'll get something in here, but I do think my opponent will double target the Machamp, thinking that I will protect. I don't want to try and predict not a Volt Switch, a Discharge. Just don't think that's a play that we should be trying to predict right now. I don't think there is the chance, honestly. I actually maybe should have predicted that, considering my opponent does have a ground type out, but no, they're just going to go straight for the Thunderbolt. We do have the Wakan Berry, so we are going to eat that. We will get Rock Slided, so hopefully we don't, neither of our two flinch. That'd be really unfortunate. We really need both of these attacks to land. Celesteela is going to flinch. Oh, and we get double flinched. That's always fun. Getting double flinched is always fun. So now we have to switch Celesteela out since both of our two Pokemon got flinched. So that is really unfortunate. That's why I really did, as much as I was loving all the nerfs, two nerfs that I really wanted was just a Scald nerf in general. Scald gives burns out a lot. I do think like maybe even a 5% nerf would have been, it wouldn't have seemed like much, but it would have been really good. And then especially a Rock Slide nerf, because I feel like Rock Slide's accuracy should be even worse, or it should do less damage if it's going to be and then we get paralyzed. So the RNG's completely against us right now, and so now we're gonna have to fight through paralysis and a Rock Slide flinch here. So we'll see how this goes, and either lower Rock Slide's accuracy. Oh, we do get the attack off. Great. So we will take out the Tapu Koko. But yeah, either lower Rock Slide's accuracy or get or lessen its power, because it needs to do very minuscule damage if it's going to have the chance to double paralyze you in doubles. That is honestly one of the most game-changing things possible that can happen, as neither of your Pokemon being able to attack when you try to attack with both of them is actually really, really bad. It's really, really bad. I'm predicting my opponent to go for an Earthquake and a Freeze Dry. So we are going to go switch out. Oh wow. Oh wow. I hope that was on the Gastrodon slot so that hit Celesteela. Oh, I think it was. No, it was not. Oh man. I did not see a Z move coming. Alright, not bad. And the Freeze Dry does come off. That's what I was predicting on our Gastrodon. I will go into Gastrodon. Hax has already been really against our side, and then right there, my opponent just went for their Z move. There wasn't much I could have done there. Predicting, I did not protect. There just wasn't much I could have done. There. So, good on my opponent's part, I guess. Here we gotta hope my opponent goes for Freeze Dry on Gastrodon, and Rock Slide doesn't either flinch or take out Celesteela. So that's what I'm going with right now, so that we can get some good damage off on this Lapras. And Rock Slide will take out Celesteela though. Oh, as my opponent gets a crit. Oh, this is getting a little ridiculous at this point now. This is getting really ridiculous. RNG wise, it's getting really, really ridiculous. I have to hope my opponent protect their Lapras, as I don't really have another choice. Fortunately though, my opponent is going to not protect their Lapras and is just going to fire off that EQ and then Freeze Dry my Gastrodon, which likely will take out Gastrodon, so it's going to be pretty unfortunate. Yeah, as the Freeze Dry will come off and I likely will take it out. Yeah, and it will. So alright, that wasn't a game we were meant to win, as we got double flinch, got paralysis hacks, and got crit on a pretty meaningful play, because we could have lived that Rock Slide, and if my opponent didn't go for the Celesteela slot, we could have got some really I don't know how much Heavy Slam would have done. I'm assuming a good amount though. So maybe we could have got a crit and took out the Lapras. I'm not sure if there was any chance of us taking it out without a crit. Or maybe we could have got a crit, took out the Lapras, considering we did already get double flinch. So maybe some hacks was due on our side, and that would have maybe put the game back in our favor. But the double flinch on top of a crit that could have mattered. It was a little too much for us to overcome. And my opponent did make some pretty good plays as the tectonic play. We need a Machamp to have attacked that turn, honestly. So we won't be saving a replay. Let's move on. Because we are still low 1600, so that's not bad. Not bad. Go back to the UB music, because we are going to get a 1551 opponent from Japan. So let's see if this one can go better for us RNG wise. Our opponent is going to be running Sand and Sun. So my opponent has a team of Torkoal, Gigalith, almost wanted to say Harambe, Oranguru, Stoutland, Porygon Z, and Lilligant. So very interesting. We do not have a ghost type, so those tri-attacks coming off of Porygon Z special attack will be really powerful, so we will want to bring something that resists that. And we have two things in Celesteela and Nihilego, but Porygon Z can run Thunderbolt, and we don't have Lightning Rod, so playing around this Porygon Z will be pretty interesting for us this time. I am going to lead Nihilego so that we can pressure practically everything that isn't a Stoutland. Or a, almost said Harambe again, or Oranguru. I don't know why I keep wanting to say that. Yeah, we'll also lead Tapu Koko just to Volt Switch out on anything if we don't like the matchup really. And no, honestly, it's a better lead. Go with that. And we'll go Arcanine in the back. Because Arcanine does have Snarl, so that might be a decently effective way of taking out the Porygon Z, or at least nullifying it from being as strong as it could be. So let's see how this one goes. So we are going to need lead Nihilego and Machamp. And my opponent is going to lead that Torkoal Lilligant lead, so interesting lead. I'm actually going to protect our Nihilego, and I'm going to hope my opponent doesn't hit a Sleep Power on our Machamp, and hopefully we can get the Stone Edge off, and it should OHKO the Torkoal, I'm not sure. Hopefully it does. We'll see. So we will protect. Oh no, not a Z move. Please say this wasn't on my Machamp. Oh, if it's a normal type move, that had. Why is he using Breakneck Blitz though? It is on Machamp. Why is he using that though? We are going to get this Stone Edge off. It is not going to take out Torkoal. I forgot that that's not as strong as I thought it is. Lieutenant Sylvester, though, we should live this, and we do not live this. I thought it would. Shows how powerful those fire type moves are in Sun there. Alright, so I got that prediction extremely wrong. My opponent decided to double target the Machamp. I'm not really sure why, as it definitely wasn't the bigger threat, but to each his own. I will just Power Gem the Torkoal slot, and we'll Flamethrower the Lilligant slot. So we'll see what my opponent switches Lilligant out to maybe. I don't want to make any predictions. Just want to hope we don't get Sleep Powered. Sleep Powdered and try to get a KO on Torkoal so that's not have this benefit of Sun. Should be able to take anything Lilligant goes for, as we are. Nihilego is also poison, so its grass type stab moves aren't super effective on it. Sleep Powder is going to connect with our Arcanine though, unfortunately. Thankfully it wasn't Nihilego, as that would have been very bad. But we will still take out the Torkoal, and hopefully we can at least get a second turn wake up with, hopefully we can get a second 2-turn wake up with our Arcanine. I don't know why that move connects so much. Like, it's supposed to be inaccurate, but it's honestly connects way more than, or at least maybe it's just against me, but against me that move connects quite often. Alright, so there's no chance that I can bring in Tapu Koko on this Gigalith that we have out right now. And I know if we don't wake up, we're probably going to lose Arcanine, so a little unfortunate. We'll see what we can do here. We are going to wake up, and can we hit this Will-O-Wisp? And we do hit the Will-O-Wisp on the Gigalith, so not bad at all. Opponent is just going to spam Sleep Powder. So we did bring a lot of Pokemon weak to Gigalith. I wasn't really sure Gigalith would be brought. We did get the burn on it, so it won't be as effective as it normally would be. But yeah, I definitely was a little thrown off by the Gigalith. Hopefully we can connect with this Sleep Powder. I mean this Sludge Bomb, and not get Sleep Powdered. And we will just roar out the Gigalith. Oh, we are going to be faster, and we are going to be faster than Lilligant due to the fact that my opponent no longer had Sun as an effective weather for them. So I kind of forgot about that, and we'll just... Oh, we're not faster. I thought we would be faster, otherwise I wouldn't have roared this out. Oh, is that a crit? Okay, it wasn't a crit. Not bad. I wouldn't have went for war if I would have known we were fast. We were slower than Gigalith. I thought Gigalith had atrocious speed, but I guess this is a max speed Gigalith. And yes, thankfully our opponent got an attack race. Thankfully. Those tri-attacks are still going to be hitting really hard off of Porygon's special attack stat there. Like I said, we are double weak to Gigalith, so it's going to be interesting how this comes down. I'm not sure we can win it, to be 100% honest. Hopefully my opponent targets the the Tapu Koko with the Porygon Z. We can live 1 EQ and we can get a Snarl off, so that we can maybe take one of these Porygons. How are we faster now? I don't understand, but hopefully we can take one of these Tri-Attacks better on our Tapu Koko next turn. If it did target it. No, it targeted Arcanine. I didn't. Oh god. And we are going to get a Rock Slide. Can we dodge it on Arcanine's slide? And we cannot dodge it. So that probably will take us out. And it will. I don't... Once again, I'm not sure I agree with that play, as Tapu Koko is 100% the bigger threat, so I'm really just reading my opponent's wrong. I guess it's the better play since it worked, but I didn't really see that coming. Alright, we are going to Thunderbolt the Porygon Z this time though. It's not going to take it out. See how we take a -1 try attack, probably not well, and we do not take it well. And then we also have a rock slide that does connect, so... And, oh god, that almost took us out. Oh, we will die to Sandstorm next turn, likely. And this turn we actually die to Sandstorm. So, 2 of not the best battles from our end, I guess. Just some bad reads on my part in this one, really. The last game I felt like we kind of got hacked out of it, but this one I kind of just had some bad reads in this one, so not the best. Opponent just did a very quality job, I guess, of predicting what I was going to protect, as I thought other things clearly looked like a bigger threat to my opponent's team at the time, and instead they continued to go for what appeared to be the lesser threatening thing on the field, in my personal opinion. So, props to my opponent. We are finally going to fall out of the 1600s, so let's hope that we can win this last one and get back into the 1600s to end off the episode. As we're going to get a 1484 opponent from Germany, so this is a little bit lower end. This might not even get us back into the 1400s, so we will see. We will have to see. So I'm going to lead Tapu Koko and Arcanine. I like those two against everything. And Nihil Lego pretty much threatens everything that isn't Kartana. And we can bring Monchamp for Kartana. So let's see how that goes. So far I'm not really doing ElegyVGC's team any justice. Hopefully I can get us a little bit more on track so we can start doing this team justice. It is a really good quality team. Like I said, first game we kind of got hacked out of it, and then as we still could have made better plays, I'm not going to completely blame the game on hacks. Double flinches really do suck, but it's a part of VGC. You have to learn to play around it, and that's why sometimes defensive teams end up seeing more usage later in the meta, because people realize that the best way to avoid losing a game completely to hacks is having less frail Pokemon, so that you can take more hits if you play the situations right. And I do still like the bulk on this team, as we do still have 4 really bulky Pokemon. But yeah, not completely blaming the game on hacks, but it was a huge factor in that game. And then in this last game, we just kind of got read really well by our opponent. Alright, so our opponent is going to lead Garchomp and Whimsicott, as we do go with our Tapu Koko and Arcanine lead. I am just going to Dazzling Gleam. I do not know what Whimsicott wants to do. I feel like it might want to just go for that. Yeah. No, yeah, we'll go with that. And we will Will-O-Wisp the Garchomp, because I don't really see what Whimsicott does here, so we'll see. This Garchomp is going to protect, so we still will get a Dazzling Gleam off, and Whimsicott is Focus Sash. I'm more than sure it's Focus Sash. So we as I did think it might just be Tailwind Protect, as that usually is what most Whimsicott users go for turn 1. Oh, and we will not be able to 2-hit KO two-hit KO Whimsicott without that crit, so that actually is a meaningful crit. That is a meaningful crit. But yeah, most Whimsicotts, especially in previous years of VGC, if you had a Terracotta lead, which is Terrakion and Whimsicott, you would protect Terrakion and go for the usual Tailwind just to speed up, and then go for the beat up strategy of previous years. We are going to see my opponent Helping Hand Earthquake, so that actually might take out our Arcanine. We will see. Just want to do big damage. And when it does not take out our Arcanine, we are going to live, and we are going to eat our Citrus Berry. So thankfully, I did protect our Tapu Koko with good reason. And we'll get rid of that Wismacott, so no more Earthquake helping hand. Is one thing about this team, it is pretty EQ weak, as 3 very crucial members to the team are all weak to Earthquake. I do want to recycle that Intimidate, so we are going to go into Machamp and hope that we can live an EQ plus a Thunderbolt if he targeted that slot. As he does just go for the Discharge though, so it's going to do pretty good damage to both of us. Hopefully we don't get paralyzed. We do not get paralyzed, but Dazzling Gleam will not. Oh, Rock Slide. My opponent's faster than our Tapu Koko. Not really sure how. Do I switch Arcanine in? I'm really not sure. I'm not sure. So I feel like a Dazzling Gleam EQ takes us out. I'm not sure if we speed tied with Arcanine. I guess we just have to attack and hope for the best. Yeah, I'm just going to attack and hope that we speed tied with Arcanine, because I don't think switching into either of our other two is going to be a good move. Hopefully we are faster than the Garchomp. We are not faster than the Garchomp. That was not a speed tie. Our opponent is going to get an EQ off on both of our Pokemon without us getting an attack off on him, because this will take out Tapu Koko. Even though Machamp will live, I did target Tapu Koko, so that is going to be unfortunate there. That is unfortunate. Oh, the Tailwind! Oh my god, I completely forgot about the Tailwind. Oh god, I should have just protected there now that oh god, I just completely forgot about the Tailwind. That was bad, that was bad. So I'm hoping my opponent just attacks with both of his Pokemon. Hopefully he really does not protect Garchomp. We need to take out Garchomp. And we need to somehow live a Discharge, or hope that my opponent just targets the Nihilego. As my opponent is just going to Discharge. Hopefully that our Machamp can live that. Can it live? Can it live? Can it live? Oh, and it cannot live. God. We will take out Garchomp, but I would have been so clutch if Machamp could have lived that. But an Electric Surge, it was unlikely. We are going to get our Beast Boost. So Nihilego's probably going to have to put the team on its back. The Electric Terrain is going to go away, which is a big deal. As my opponent's going to bring out their Tapu Lele. So this is going to be a huge turn Mind Games, because does Tapu Lele attack? That is the question. Does it attack? I do think outside of Electric Terrain, we may live a Thunderbolt with Nihilego or with Arcanine, due to how special defensive Nihilego is, and Arcanine is also just bulky in general. So we are just going to go. Yes, we're going to hope we live this. Can we live? Can we live? Can we live? We can live on 2, but we will also die. So this is going to 100% come down to what my opponent's final Pokemon is. Oh, we need the poison. Oh, it doesn't take it out. I thought that would definitely take it out. So we are going to lose this game. Yeah, the extra sensory will take us out. Oh god, so that's 3 losses in this episode. Definitely not the best played episode. Today honestly hasn't been my day in VGC. I even did a little bit of laddering on Battle Spot, and things just didn't go well there either. So I guess I'm just off today. Just not really getting the calls right. Things just not going well. As all the hacks that we had to still deal with in the first episode. And then, even though I do think we made some decent plays to try to bring her back, but it was just a little too late. And then the second episode, the second battle, my opponent just was calling me. He was just calling those plays, even though like it seemed like he was attacking the less threatening Pokemon. He just foresaw what I was going for and caught those plays. And then right there, we just honestly we need to bring a less Garchomp weak team. We honestly maybe needed Celesteela, especially with my opponent going for Discharge, but it's so hard to predict when your opponent's going to go for Discharge and when they're going to go for Thunderbolt with Tapu Koko when you have a Celesteela out. It's really hard to know, so maybe we'll have to do a little bit of testing out, a little bit more on Showdown and getting a little bit more used to that so we can avoid not playing the matchups this well. Is like our 3 ground weak Pokemon in Arcanine, Tapu Koko, and Nihilego. They were just always being pressured pretty much each game, and the board position was really where we were messing up. We didn't have good board position at all. I wasn't leading that well, and it definitely factored into why we were unable to win any games in this episode. Anyways though, thank you guys for coming out and watching. If you did like this episode, please do like, share, and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel, and I really would appreciate it. I'm going to get the heck out of here though. Sorry guys, I didn't win a game in this one, but we will be back tomorrow with another episode. So I will see you all then. For now, peace out.